Across the world, at the easternmost end of Indonesia, lies the land of Papua, vast and little known. Papua, a land of extremes, from snow-capped peaks to dense steaming jungle. It is home to a people called the Kamoro. The Kamoro never miss an opportunity to dance. A spontaneous people and full of exuberance, dancing expresses their utmost joy for life. To pounding drum beats, they sway and shuffle, united by the sounds of the eme. There exists even today an intimate relationship between the Kamoro and the jungle. From it, they find a ready supply of materials for food, their homes, and instruments like the drum or eme. Today, Pa Alor is in search of a special tree for the making of a drum. He is accompanied by his son Yosef and a neighbor, Samuel. The tree they are looking for is called the iwa in Kamoro, and they hope that it will be suitable.
Kita cari pohon untuk eme lurus dan besarnya.
This species of Hibiscus tiliaceus is commonly used for drum making, but this particular tree is special. It had been planted when the village was located there in the 1930s or 40s. The Kamoro aren't gardeners, and so normally a wild species would be used. The drum features in both the daily as well as ceremonial life of the Kamoro. In rituals like the karapao or initiation of boys, drummers gather. Sometimes more than 12 will play in perfect harmony. And legends told in song and dance would be incomplete without the beat of the drum. In modern usage, the drum has found its way into Sunday Mass. And the celebration of Christmas, when young and old put their daily cares away. Family and friends gather round to help. The area that will form the hollow of the drum is first marked out with charcoal. Natalis gets the first go at chipping away the wood. If a man were to do this by himself, he would take several days to complete the stage. But with the help of friends taking turns, the log can be hollowed out in 2 days. Though there are other ways of getting the job done, here the Kamoro use the spear at the initial stage.
Itu dari nenek, pakai tombak dan kali lubang. Kalau untuk alat lain, tidak bisa Pak, harus pakai tombak.
Modern metal tools were first introduced along the western coast through trade more than 200 years ago. Axe heads and metal were exchanged for masoi bark, birds' feathers, and most importantly, slaves. Today, the Kamoro buy their tools from town. Where no finesse is required, the chainsaw proves an efficient tool. Drumming is a purely male activity and largely enjoyed as a pastime. Since there are no formal lessons conducted, sessions like this give the children practical insights into the art of drumming. Johannes, a neighbor, offers to take over the next stage. The hollow running through the length of the log has been created, but now needs to be widened. Coconut husks and bits of wood are used as burning material to hasten the process. It is a time-consuming process, requiring concentration throughout. The heat has to be kept constant to ensure that the wood is slowly charred in layers. Johannes controls the fire with a bamboo tube. The length and duration of each blow is varied according to his judgment. The process of cleaning out the charred wood and burning is repeated until the desired width is reached. Mud is then generously applied to the rim to prevent it from being burnt. The structure of the drum amplifies sound, but does not produce the tone. It is the drum skin which does that. Over time, the skin loosens and becomes slack, making the drum sound flat. To restore the tone, dharma, a tree pitch, is attached to the skin, then heated, tightening the playing surface. A lighted ember or small fire is always kept at hand when playing. The inside of the log is burnt again, but this time at much higher temperatures. With the final bits of soot emptied out, the log is ready for the next step when the bark is removed. Willem is shaping the log, and Pak Martinus has come to check on its progress. Pak Martinus will be carving the designs, and the men discuss the final shape of the drum. A sure hand and a keen eye guides Willem as he removes each layer, keeping check on the symmetry until the final form is revealed. An eager young audience watches transfixed. By the time they are 6 years old, Kamoro children are familiar with the use of the axe, but experience is only limited to chopping firewood. In their early teens, they are strong enough to help their parents cut down sago or other trees for other purposes. This homemade ukulele may not be a work of art, nor is it a traditional carving. But it's popular with the younger generation, and every village has at least one. Pak Martinus is a master carver from another village, Moire. He has close ties with Pikapu village and is often asked to come by the people here. Every master carver has his own style. So distinctive it is that villagers are able to identify the carver just by looking at a piece of work. Okay is the Kamoro name for the mangrove monitor lizard, the only animal the Kamoro use for the drum skin.
Itu karena memang cocok, dia bunyinya besar dan nyaring.
Leo, Pak Alo's eldest son, takes charge. But his younger brothers are eager to get a piece of the action. While the clean skin is hung up to dry, the rest of the lizard is chopped up for the cooking pot. The Kamoro resort to inventive means to meet their needs. Shards of glass are perfect alternative to sandpaper. Before glass was available, dried stingray tail was used. Even today, for smoothing rounded surfaces like the handle of the drum, a bit of stingray tail is still indispensable. Its sandpaper-like skin and shape are perfect for those awkward angles. As Pak Martinus continues without a break, another carver stops for lunch. Freshly caught river fish cooked over an open fire makes a simple but splendid meal. Pak Martinus always attracts a crowd, curious to discover what he will create. Kamoro motifs are very much influenced by elements of nature. Rendered as abstract motifs, their simplicity exudes a lyrical beauty. Although the carver is usually given a free hand in deciding the designs, the situation with the drum is quite different.
Tidak harus pemilik yang harus sampaikan sama pengukir bahwa harus Bapak buat begini-begini untuk saya. Jadi Maramowe harus buat sesuai dengan pesanan pemilik.
With the carving of the drum complete, final preparations to put on the lizard skin are underway. Pakalo makes a fastening ring of rattan and strips of cloth to hold the skin down. The skin is re-soaked to soften it so that it can be tightly stretched across the mouth of the drum.
Biawak ke hutan cari dapat, bawa ke rumah, kupas dia punya kulit. Ada yang pasang mentah, tapi tifanya dikendur, bunyi tidak bagus, harus dijemur dulu.
Pak Romanus is restoring his drum skin and needs an important ingredient for gluing it to the drum, human blood.
Ambil darah manusia, bisa bertahan kuat. Kalau darah lain ada dua macam juga, darah dari kulit kayu juga bisa bertahan. Itu tapi kulit kayu itu cari jauh lagi. Terpaksa ambil darah manusia.
The blood can be obtained from anyone, but Pak Sabinus has something else that is required.
Yang dia punya kaki bengkak, rasa sakit-sakit. Sakit itu supaya kasih ringan. Itu darah kotor yang bikin. Akhirnya bisa minta. Manusia tidak bisa pakai dari binatang. Itu sudah dari ini. Adat, moyang.
As the blood dries fast, the men have to be quick about getting the skin into place. The skin is pulled and stretched till it's tight, and then fastened with the band and string.
Satu, dua, tiga.
While Pak Alo's family hurries to finish their drum, Pak Romanus is already in the kitchen putting on the finishing touches. No drum is complete until dama, a kind of tree resin, is stuck onto the skin. A bit of heat to tighten the skin and the drum is ready for playing. For Natalis and Pakalo, this is a proud moment. For both know that through them, the Kamoro culture is being kept alive. And as for Pakmatinus, there will be more drums to carve, for as long as the drum continues to call to future generations of Kamoro.